Hi, Assalamualaikum. For chapter 8 is about the database, introduction of database. So this topic, we learn to define what is a database and a database management system. And then we learn the list, advantages and also disadvantages of the database. Alright, so what is a database? Okay, a database is actually a collection of data which is organized in a manner that allows you to access, you can retrieve, and also you can use the data. Okay, it's just like a group. Okay, for example, you want to create one database about records of the students. Okay, so in one database, which is a group of students, the information about the students. For example, the record of the students, the student ID, the name of the students, the address, the IC number. So all the records will be stored in the database. And data is actually a collection of unprocessed items, okay, which is include the numbers, the text, the images, the audio, and also the video. Okay, and about the information is a processed data. Okay, from the collection of data, it will be in the meaningful design, which is it will convert to, for example, like IC my card, okay, birth of a certificate, the receipt number, right? So that is example of information, right? Okay, and now we learn what is the database system and the example. So the database system example, for example, like a payroll system, driving system, okay, driving system which is contain the list of the students, the record of the students, the record of the teachers, the instructors, okay, and the grading system, which is include the marks, okay, the grade, the grade of the result, okay, and air ticket booking system, for example, like the booking system ID, booking ID, right, the name of the passenger, the price, okay, the destination. So that is contained in the air ticket booking system. Okay, library system, which is contain the book ID, okay, book title of the book, okay, the authors, the publisher, the year of publish. So that is a record which is contained in the library system. Okay, and database system of for the patients. For example, in hospital, which is contained, which is have the one database of the patient, contain the patient ID, the name of the patient, and so on. Okay, there is a lot of the example actually. Okay, all right. For web database, so database on the web which is allow you to shop, okay, to shop the products or the services, which is you can buy and sell the stock. You can search for a job, you can make the reservation for the booking online system, all right, and then register for the college classes, and also you can also use the database on the web, which is to check the semester grade, right? What is a database admin? For your information, when we have the database system which contain the admin which is they have the role or the functions, okay. So what is a database admin, which is consists of database, for example, database analyst, and also the admin, which is responsible for managing and coordinate all the database activities. What kind of activities they can do in the database system, which is they can delete the records, they can add the record, they can update the records, okay, they can access all the activities in the record. That is the function of admin, okay. And for the user, as a user, only a certain of the activity that can access by the user, limited, okay. But for admin, not limited, okay. So what is a database analyst? Which is decides on a proper field placement, which is define the data relationship and identifies the user to access their privilege. Okay, for DBA or the database admin, which is to create and maintain the data dictionary and also they manage the security, okay, monitors the performance and checks backup and recovery the procedure. So that is the functions of the admin. Okay, all right. Now we go to advantage of database. The advantage of database, which is first, reduce the data redundancy. Okay, most of the data are stored only one file, which is reduced to duplicate data. This is to avoid from repeat data. Okay, the same data. Okay, the second one is improve the data integrity, which is when the user modify the data in database, okay, they only can make only one file instead of multiple file. Okay, which means the user only can access limited area only. Okay, compared to the admin. Okay, so as a user only can update or only can modify one file, for example. Okay, all right. Next one, share data. Okay, the data in the database environment, which is belongs to what to the shared and also usually over network. Okay, and the last one, okay, the fourth, okay, which is the database easy to access. Okay, why? Because the database we can access through online. Okay, which is database allow we approach the database for the non-technical user to access and maintain the data. Okay, so easy to access, right? And last one, reduce the development time. Okay, it is more efficient. Okay, efficient meaning that is about the time. Okay, jimat masa. Okay, it's easier. Okay, it's often for easier and more faster to develop a program, which is to use for the database approach. Okay, so this is to reduce the development time. Okay, now, which is we have already know what is the advantage. Now we go to the what is the disadvantage of the database. Okay, some of the database they are very complex and difficult, and need time to consuming to design. Okay, meaning that some of the database they need expert to design. Okay, and quite difficult and complex. Okay, and the second one is substantial hardware and software to start up the cost. Okay, because some of the database they mostly expensive. Okay, they mostly need a cost, the budget. Okay, and next is the disadvantage of the database, which is damage to the database affect virtually all applications of program. Okay, some of when the database system damage, some of database corrupt. Okay, so maybe or some of the application will also affect. Okay, all right. Now the disadvantage next one, which is more about extensive, okay, conversion of the cost in moving from a file base to a database system. Okay, file based system meaning that from a file record, okay, you have to move to the other system, to the other platform, database platform system. So it require a cost. Okay, it require a lot of work to transfer the file. Okay, the last one is you need knowledge, okay, or the expertise to design, to develop, okay, a database. Okay, so you need to have the knowledge. Okay, for example, as a programmers, okay, programmer need knowledge to develop a database, right? Or the user also have to attend the training course and so on about the how to develop a database. So these are the disadvantage of database. All right. Next, we go to what is database management system. Okay, database management system we also call as the DBMS, which is allow us as a user, which is to create a computerized database. Okay, the computerized database meaning that it's digital. Okay, digital, which is we can use it using the computer. compared to the traditional database, which is need only a file, okay, file books, okay, and of course more efficient when we use database management system, okay, compared to we use the conventional cara lama so also we can add, modify and delete the data very faster, okay. We can access the data also more faster compared to the conventional database, okay. We can sort and retrieve data, we can create forms and report from the data also. Okay, what is the components? The components of database management system. Okay, the components of database system, okay, which is, okay, data, which is operation data and metadata. The procedure need to, which is the instructions, the manual, okay, the rules that we can use to design and use the database. And last one, people. Okay, people is which is include the business analyst, the database designer, the database analyst, database admin, okay, programmers and end user. Okay, so this is these are the list of the database software. Okay, for ICT subject, okay, we use Microsoft Access, okay, which is you can install in your laptop, okay. So Access is a software that we can access, we can create the database, and also for the lab test, okay, you have to use the Access to complete your lab test. Okay, your lab test, you need a software Access and also Excel, right? Okay, what is the advantage of DBMS? Okay, first is a warehouse of information, which is the DBMS can store a large amount of data. Okay, second, control the data redundancy, which is information only can appear once only, sekali saja. Okay, the third one is the program and file consistency. Okay, the file formats and the system programs are standardized. Accuracy, accurate, okay, up-to-date data, okay, is the sign of data integrity. Of course, DBMS more user-friendly, easy to use, okay, can be accessed by everyone and can be manipulated also, okay. Improve the security. Okay, for your information, when we create a database system, the most important thing why we use database system is about security, okay, which is we use the password. This password is only for our authorized user. So as authorized user, you can access the database using the password. For unauthorized user, you can't access the database. So this is to avoid the risk of stealing the data from unauthorized user, and also the unauthorized user can delete or can update. Okay, so this is to avoid from misuse or the security, the lack of the security. So that's why we need a database system. Okay, confidential database system. The record in database is actually confidential. Only can be accessed by certain of the user or the admin. Okay, admin also have the password. Okay, all right. Cost. This is about the disadvantage. Okay, disadvantage of database. Of course, the cost. We need a cost. We need training requirements. Okay, and security. Even we already have the password. Still, we have to be careful. Okay, because some of the database can be accessed by unauthorized user. Okay, hacking. Okay, ada orang dia terror, so dia boleh hack the system. They can do something with the records, ubah. Okay, alright. And complex, of course. Some of the database need very the component database kita perlu bina dalam satu database yang agak kompleks. Okay, alright. And last one is require a specific programming skill. Okay, but when we use the access, it's very simple. Okay, you no need to use the programming or so on. Okay, but some of the database have to develop using some of the software that they need use the coding, okay, the programming language to develop database. Okay, but we are so lucky because we can use access and we can create a simple database in a simple way. Okay, so that's all about the introduction to database for 8.1. Okay, and then you can continue with a subtopic 8.2, which is the concept, okay, of database. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you. We can identify 5. Okay, these are the components or the element which is they are combined in one, which is we can combine it for the DBMS. Okay, first we need a hardware. Okay, which is the hardware is a computer system which is need to run off the database. Okay, database run off in the computer, which is using the hardware. The second element or the component for database, we need a software. What kind of the software to develop a database? For example, for ICT class, we use Microsoft Access. Okay, so make sure that next week when we learn about develop a simple database system, you need to make sure that you already have the Microsoft Access software in your laptop. Okay, doesn't matter what kind, what type, what is the version of the Access. So make sure that you have the at least 2013 and above. Okay, 2013 ke atas version tu. Alright, so make sure you have the software. Okay, if you don't have the software, okay, make sure that you install using the Rauda email. You have the password, then you can download the software. Okay, make sure, right?